We are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Come one, come all. Welcome to the Cosmic Countdown, the greatest countdown show in the history of the entire world. I am just my 2 cents. I'm joined by my friend and co host, Aaron the Dog, and this is the show where we count down our top 100 favorite movies. We are in the top 25 as we speak. This has been a fucking blast, and I'm very much looking forward to just cruising right through this top 25. As I said, I'm here with Aaron the Dog. How are you today, my friend?
I'm good, man. On the way into the top 20. Pretty pumped to talk about these movies, see these final few punts where they end up getting fielded at. Yeah, it's been a blast. Flew by. It seemed like we are never going to get to this point. I know I said that last week, but really never seemed like we were going to get inside the top 20 of these. Like some of these movies, I felt like I was never going to talk about. So, at least for me, my top 20 is a lot more longer standing movies. It just, I think by nature, it's hard to like truly crack into your top 20 if it's not a movie that's kind of been in your life for a while. But at the same point, some of the very top movies are some of my newer movies. So never mind on that for me.
No, I totally agree, and definitely I think nostalgia definitely in my top 25 plays a huge factor. It's already started to, and it will continue. I'm trying to think. I'm going to look at my top the remainder of my list. It's movies that are very very like familiar. I've had a ton of 90s movies on my list, and that's just we're going to stick with that. There's actually a couple of 80s movies. And I'm trying to think what the newest one. There's one movie left that is from the 2010s, but everything else is like 80s or 90s. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, mine's a little more mixed up than that. Like, I think my top movies from the 2010s and some point in the 2010s. So, I got a 70s movie in there as well. So, yeah, I'm a little more all over the place, but at the same point, it's a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah, man, this has been so much fun. So thank you again for being on here and blessing me and the audience with a lot of good movies, and I've got some great recommendations. And this last couple weeks in particular, man, some movies I either hadn't seen in a long time or had never seen before. And dude, it's been a fucking treat. So thanks again, Bubba.
What's been your favorite one of those that you've watched?
Well, there's a couple that I'm gonna talk about today, obviously, but I would say of the movies that I hadn't seen in a while, watching The Rock last week was so much fun. That brought back a lot of really good memories, and hadn't seen it in a long time, so it still held up surprisingly well. Because I was like, okay, well, it was 96. It's probably some of it's probably gonna look, but it still held up, man, in a good way. So yeah, that was
awesome. And I think that's with most of the nostalgia on my list. Like when I'm rewatching them, I'm still like, yep, it's top 20, just is
for sure.
So that's I've gotten a ton of movies to watch from you through this list for sure. Running Man probably be my favorite I've watched far of movies that I never even would have thought about watching otherwise. True Lies was also really great. Honestly, those two are close to the top. But overall, it's been a blast. So I'm excited to see what comes today. I believe I'm starting off the list this evening.
Yes, you are going to go first, man. We got 2 people in the theater already. Tickets are free. Just smash the like button.
The show time's moving around a tiny bit, so no worries.
Yeah, it is all good, man. We will make it happen regardless. So
yes, sir.
There you go. Right. That is Aaron's top 50. You can see scrolling across the bottom, and we're on 20, right? We're in the top 20 now.
Top 20 now.
So, yeah,
those are all really good movies. I'm watching them go by. I'm just like, man, those are a lot of good movies.
Dude, they are some classics, dude. So fire when ready, sir.
All right. My number 20. I'm a big Adam Sandler guy, as we know. Little Nicky made my list. I had love for Happy Gilmore last week. I like a good Adam Sandler film, and I think that this is, him at his most natural, where they just kind of used his kind of screaming, manic kind of presence and tuned it into like an extremely sensitive movie about anxiety and like life's issues, and done in a very, I think, authentic way. And that's Punch Drunk Love, Paul Thomas Anderson's Punch Drunk Love. This movie is just, it's shot in a way like so unlike any other movie either, not to sound all pretentious, but it really is done in like a dreamlike way, but not like an idyllic dream. And it's just the colors, the use of sound in the movie as well. Everything is kind of just perfect. And then again, you're just using Adam Sandler and just having him kind of be himself in a dramatic role. And it works so well here with Sonny, who's just like, if you've got anxiety, you're going to get this movie, I think, just on a different level than other people. And yeah, it's just an anxious love story. Emily Watson, also really, really great. Also really great in the movie. Philip Seymour Hoffman, for the little bit he's in it, makes every movie better. Yeah, this movie's just really unusual. It just never gets old. I've rewatched it many, many times. Every time I do, it's a 5-star type of movie for me. Yeah, I don't know what else to really say about Punch Drunk Love. I don't want to like go into the entire story, but I just feel like Sonny as a character was very relatable for me at different points in my life, I think. And yeah, this movie just makes me laugh a lot.
Dude, I was fucking blown away by how good this movie was and how much I fucking enjoyed it, man. Nice. I gotta thank you again for like, this has been one of my like favorite movies of yours on the list, nice. Especially one that I hadn't seen.
Yeah,
and I was blown away, dude. It was like I was in tears the whole time. It was either like relatable, like tears of sadness and empathy, or it was fucking tears of laughter. Dude, yep. That scene where he's just like, I cry a lot sometimes for no reason. I just fucking started like welling up. There's a lot of like, it is one of the most like relatable and like authentic portrayals of like having anxiety.
Yep. Like, the entire movie is an anxious panic attack.
It is
not in an overbearing way, just like
the trying to hold it together and the like the fake smile and the side shuffling, the like slinking away, the being in your own world in the supermarket. Yep. Like, man, it was so good in that way. But dude, it was so much funnier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
God damn, it was cracking me up.
It would have been too heavy without it.
Dude, his it's like Sandler's like always been just a naturally funny dude, and he just doesn't have to do much. Like, it's just like a look, or like him fucking like tripping and like breaking his coffee mug, or like running into the fucking door. It's like he doesn't have to do much, man. And he's just hilarious. Fucking Philip Seymour Hoffman, greasy Utah mattress salesman. God, I was happy. Shut the fuck. Dude, I was in tears. It was side splitting and funny. And, man, it was a really like touching romantic story too.
Yeah.
It was great, dude.
It really is one of the best, man. It's great. I'm really glad you got to watch this. I feel like this is the kind of movie you wouldn't have just stumbled upon on your own. So, like, I'm very glad that with this list you got to it. So,
well, it's fun. It's funny too because this was a movie I remember when this came out, and I was such a huge fan of Sandler. Like, from when I was a kid. Like, I remember in 7th grade, dude, I had the fucking "They're All Gonna Laugh at You" CD, and just wore it out. So I was a huge Sandler guy. I remember when this came out, I was like, dude, this is Adam Sandler, bro. He's like just like a weird like indie, like art house shit. And like, fuck this movie. And I was just like, I just wrote it off. And now that I've, gotten a little bit more mature, I can really appreciate it. And it's very relatable. Dude. I thought it was fucking great. I can say hands down, this is far and away my favorite Paul Thomas Thomas Anderson movie. I loved it to death, and thank you again. It
Yeah,
was
man.
a great time at the movies.
I got two that are very close to me for Paul Thomas Anderson, but yeah, this and one that didn't make the list for me is The Master, with Joaquin Phoenix and Philip Seymour
And
Hoffman.
Phillips, yeah, I need to see that, man. I need to see where he's the.
That movie is fucking fire.
That's the one where he's like the Joaquin Phoenix is like the ex-soldier, and he's the
he's essentially L. Ron Hubbard.
Right.
But yeah, you need to watch that movie ASAP because that and then there's one other Paul Thomas Anderson movie I'll be talking about very soon that just beat out Punch Drunk Love. But like even look at the shot on your avatar. It's like such a perfectly shot. And
it was such a great awkward kiss too. It's just like we love you. Like it's not like smooth and debonair or anything. It's just like I love you. I need to be next to you, and just like colliding into each other.
Yep. What up, General? Good to see you.
What's up, homie?
But yeah, I'm happy this made my top 20. I think this is where it belongs. 20 is pretty great for all my favorite movies. So.
Yeah. Well, bro, like last week, I think if I had to do it all over again, I might even squeak this into this might be like this might be my number 100 or something, dude. If it wasn't, it'd be like 101 or something. I really like this movie, man, and I can't wait to watch it again sometime real soon.
Yeah, it's great. Definitely one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Paul Thomas.
Hell yeah. So my next one is incredibly famous. I'm not going to waste too much time building it up. It may or may not be a pun. I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me either way. I'd say this is the movie that really put this guy on the map. We are going to mid-90s. It is, pretty sure the year is 1994. It's Pulp Fiction. Probably the most famous Quentin Tarantino movie. And certainly the one that like brought him to like international fame. Holy shit! I'm stunned. I'm stunned.
I'm a basic bitch. What can I say? Sorry,
dude. It is that good though. So we'll talk about it here in the future. But anyone that's new, bro, that's our 10th punt, man. So us having a dozen punts is still live. So let me I'm such an idiot. I took down the banners of your movie
Well, you didn't know it was going to be a punt.
Well, no, I just mean the even a few before that.
Oh.
It's like I've left off at 7, and now I've erased the banners, and I don't fucking know what they are. But anyways, I will tend to that during your next one. But anyway, so we will punt on that. That makes 10 punts. Let me update the banner on that. All right, that's a great one to punt. So I will be very much looking forward to talking about that in the near future. So
yes, sir. All right, my number 19. I mentioned that there was another Paul Thomas Anderson movie on my list. That's because it's next at 19. I could swap this and Punch Drunk back and forth, but even though there's such different movies, There Will Be Blood. Daniel Day-Lewis starring as Daniel Plainview. This movie is a masterpiece. I don't know how else to really put it. This movie, in 50 years, people will still watch this movie and be like, that's a great movie. It's shot perfectly. It is stunning. You can feel like the heat coming off the oil fires. You feel the movie almost has like that oily texture to it. I don't really know how to explain it, but
you feel oily and dusty and dirty, like the dust and the oil and all that shit,
yeah.
like in the face.
And and this movie is well over 2 hours, almost 2 hours and 40 minutes, and it just goes at a perfect clip. I feel like Daniel Plainview as a character and the choices he makes with his deaf son, and obviously with with regards to Paul Dano's character by the end of the movie, Mr. Sunday, Paul Sunday. So it's like this movie just kind of shows the examination of greed and where you're willing to go to build an empire and build yourself. And just there's so many different reads on that. The soundtrack is just like the score, I should say, is just perfect for this movie. It kind of just envelops you in the movie. I feel like the writing's spot on. I don't know, man. This to me, it's one of the best movies to come out in this century, I feel like. And it doesn't get enough love, obviously. The performance by Daniel Day-Lewis is amazing. And, you know, it's Johnny Greenwood did the score, the Radiohead of Radiohead, Johnny Greenwood. So great job by him. Great cinematography, great performances, incredible ending, one of the best conclusions. I drink your milkshake. Up. Daniel Plainview, just one of the best characters. This whole movie's great. And it's not the most fun watch, but at the same point, like it's so damn good. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, so I have a love-hate relationship with this movie, or I have had one. I saw this movie in theaters. I was really pumped about it going into it. Saw it in theaters. I loved it. I saw it with me. One of my cousins came up from New Orleans, and me and him and my brother saw this movie on the downtown mall, the theater at the downtown mall in Charlottesville, which I'm not. I think it's still there. It's the Regal that's down there. But anyways, saw it in theaters. We were stoned as fuck. I loved it. It was great. And then after years and years and years of people talking about how great it was, I just got fucking sick of hearing it. And I was like, oh my fucking God. I was like, you know what? I don't love this movie more. Fucking sick of it. It's overrated. It's art house shit. I went through that whole thing. And now this past week, it was on your list. So I went back and I rewatched it. It is fucking good, man. It's like, it's not the kind of movie that I could watch like over and over. And I don't love it as much as some people do. But objectively, if you are talking about like directorial chops and like editorial or editing prowess and cinematography and the construction of a film and acting performances and all that together, yeah, I think you'd have to say like objectively it is a film masterpiece. Now, like again, I don't have the personal attachment that some people do, but I can like you're saying, it's the way it's shot and the way it feels when you're watching it. You almost feel like you're like standing right next to the dude. Like you feel like you're going through Daniel Plainview.
It's been compared to 2001 Space Odyssey on multiple occasions for a reason. I feel like it does kind of embody that kind of like inclusion in the filmmaking, like you're talking about.
I agree. You feel like you go on the journey with, and like you're seeing it through his eyes, but like he's such a fucking bastard, dude. Like he is one of, I'm gonna say he's one of film's like all-time great villains.
He's a snake.
Like it is an examination of a man consumed by greed in his own legacy, and will stop at nothing to make sure that and he'll kill anybody he needs to. He'll cut anyone's throat. He'll whatever he needs to do, he's gonna fucking do it. And yeah, Paul Dano's character is great, but it's a mesmerizing performance from Daniel Day-Lewis, and he is you want to talk about a ruthless, cold-hearted motherfucker. Like I don't think too many more characters can do that like Plainview can.
Yeah. Paul Dano's great in the movie too.
He is, man. No, he is. It's he is giving it everything he fucking has.
Very convincing.
Yeah, definitely. As the descriptive adjective is losing me, but the preacher, yeah, man, it's a fucking powerhouse performance from both leads, and yeah, the ending is crazy and leaves you feeling very hollow and alone. Honestly, like fuck, it doesn't leave you with like a very good feeling, but you know that you've just witnessed something beautiful as far as like a film and like a piece of art. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's just like so crazy that Paul Thomas Anderson does something like this. He does Inherent Vice. He
Oh,
does,
can we talk about how fucking good Inherent Vice is for a second,
well,
and how
Inherent Vice
fucking
is a
like under
masterpiece. Yeah,
it's so good.
it was one of the like it missed completely. Everybody completely missed the point on it when it came out.
So many people haven't even fucking heard of it. Like what?
Yeah, no,
It's
the
another
movie,
film, kind of like Miller's Crossing. I think where it's like people are just like it's a throwaway title for some people, and they're just kind of like Inherent. Oh yeah, whatever. Sounds
no,
like some weird shit, you know.
no,
But I
yeah,
don't know what it is, man. But that's God, I love that movie. I want to watch that again sometime soon.
yeah, I'm gonna watch it soon too. And like Inherent Vice, There Will Be Blood. Nothing in common with those two movies.
Dude, they're so different. And like Punch Drunk Love, so
Okay.
much different. Boogie Nights, so much different than anything else. It's like each one is its own like creation.
Paul Thomas Anderson really is one of the best, if not the.
He's an incredibly versatile director, and he
Mhm.
always seems to get like career best kind of shit out of his actors. And we've talked about a couple directors like that on the list, but he is definitely one of them for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let me see. I'm sorry. I've been trying to like I'm going through the last stream to fill in your list here so I can have it scrolling across the bottom accurately. Okay, The Rock and Shutter Island. Okay, give me 1 second. So yeah, man, shout out to the people rocking with us. Y'all I hope y'all having a good time, enjoying yourselves.
Big Show loves this movie. Good taste, Big Show.
What up, boy?
And then Alex having some popcorn.
Nice. Kick back, pack a bowl, crack a cold one open.
Yep.
So
we'll be here a minute.
We're into the teens now, gentlemen. We're getting into the ends 19 there. So it's a fucking PTA fucking 2-piece.
Yes, sir.
Stern jab cross. Shit, 5 people in here. We got a party now, boys.
There we go.
Yep.
Shout out to the real ones.
Yeah, dude, definitely. Appreciate y'all. Let's see what we got in here. Yeah. It's fucking crazy. It's a crazy ass movie, man. There Will Be Blood is gnarly. All right, so my number 19. We are going to keep it in the 90s. We're going to keep it early 90s, and we're going to keep it very action comedy. There's some good action. There's some good comedy, and I think it's just this director just seems to make very, very entertaining movies. I feel like this is a pretty well-known movie. Certainly not as much as like Pulp Fiction, but if anyone hasn't seen this and you're like a dude, like what are you fucking doing with yourself, man? Like this is a really fun movie. I had a lot of fun watching it, and it's the rewatchability factor on this fucking thing is through the roof. I'm talking about, I believe that it's either 1990 or 1991. It's Tony Scott, Bruce Willis, Damon Wayans, The Last Boy Scout. I fucking love this movie, man.
Yeah, this was a first time watch for me.
Great. It's just fun. It's like it doesn't take itself too seriously. It has got endless Willis one-liners. Him and Damon Wayans have really good fucking chemistry together. Shout out to the late great Taylor Negron, one of cinema's great like character actors that left us too soon. But his turn as Milo is so funny and good. Kim Coates in a nice henchman role, nice, like short but memorable. Dude, I've loved this movie for a long time, and it ages well. Like it's a great Shane Black written, like this is classic Shane Black shit. A great like vision of early 90s LA. And yeah, it's a fucking kick-ass action movie. Like it's ridiculous, over the top. The plot is absurd. Everything I want in like a stupid like buddy action comedy. I fucking love it to death. Always have.
Yeah, like I love the opening scene. It had me hooked from the opening scene, and it's just like it's kind of fun and bizarre to watch this like in the age of like sports gambling and everything like that being completely legal. It's just like it's easy. So like it's very like that was very bizarre. But yeah, I think this is like peak Willis in this movie, honestly. Like, and if I saw this earlier on, I don't know why it doesn't get more cred for being so, because I feel like it's Willis at its finest.
Dude, he is totally unbridled. It's like it is Bruce Willis being Bruce Willis. Like he's channeling all the good like shit. Like he's channeling John McClane. He's channeling fucking his role from Fifth Element. It's like all the good shit. And it's like, this is another thing I was saying about Tony Scott in True Romance. There's a way that he directs like action, like this, he does slow motion shootouts and action scenes like better than anybody else, man. Like he's really intense music, and he just puts on a like, fucking makes entertaining movies like Top Gun, True Romance, Last Boy Scout. Like they're all just like fun, like action movies, man. And I love him for that. You know, the late great Tony Scott, and this is one of his best, man. Dude's so funny, dude. Like, I'm not even gonna waste y'all's time going through the one-liners, but there's just too many.
It's called vocabulary. You read much? Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Chuck's magazine just ran out.
Dude. Water's wet, sky's blue, women have secrets. Who gives a fuck? Yeah. Spill my warm cup of piss. You fucking dude. I love Taylor Negron's character Milo. He's such a good villain. Like you think you're so fucking cool, don't you? Just once, I would like to hear you scream. Play some rap music. This movie kicks ass. If anyone hasn't seen it, do yourself a favor, get stoned or drunk or whatever, and watch this movie and tell me it's not a good time.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, love and just couldn't like be happier to have this in the top 20.
See, like growing up, I watched Bulletproof a lot with Adam Sandler and Damon.
Hell yeah!
So that was my like action adventure comedy, like cop movie that I watched. So I never watched this one for some reason.
It's like it came out at a weird time. Kind of, there was so much else that's like more famous that was coming out around that time. I feel like it kind of got lost in the shuffle a little.
Yeah. All right, on to 18 now. With Spike Lee making his reappearance on my list, I had Inside Man. Now I have my favorite Spike Lee joint. That's Do the Right Thing. This movie is another. I'm just gonna stop saying it because it's always true. But this movie's so great, and feels like it was made yesterday in terms of kind of the themes it's dealing with, and. I mean, the fact that it was made in 1989 is fucking scary. Basically called George Floyd. I mean, straight up Radio Raheem as George Floyd. 20 plus, 30 plus years before it happened. So it's just it's a timeless watch, unfortunately, because of how relatable it still is with all of the messages in it. There's a lot to kind of break down on rewatches with the movie too, of like different characters' motives and reasons for doing certain things and if it's kind of justified or not. And it's just like this movie kind of just like has a heat to it throughout it that I think has a lot to do with the story and how it's being told, the music, and just it taking where it's taking place, like the middle of like 100-degree Harlem, day. And it's just like this movie's just so great. It wasn't even fucking nominated for Best Picture, and that's just like fucking gross. And then that's the year I think Driving Miss Daisy won or something. So it's just like the ultimate kind of just missing the point of the movie, and a point that's still I think being missed. And I don't think it's preaching its point either. I think this is a point where Spike Lee still kind of had a nuance to his message movies that like help the message get across better and hold up more as time goes on. Danny Aiello also is awesome as Sal. Spike Lee has a good performance in the movie as Mookie. There's so many great, Radio Raheem. It's just, this movie's legit. Ends with the riot scene that I think feels so authentic and just, again, played straight and not played to preach a point or anything like that, just kind of present the point, which I think is just more effective in movies than preaching. So yeah, love this movie.
Man, this was the first time that I'd seen this movie all the way through. I had seen certain scenes several times and like knew the characters. I knew of Radio Raheem in the boombox, and I knew like that it was this very important movie about racial tension and all that stuff. But this was my first like full watch, man, and the hype was real. It was you said it, man. It doesn't force anything down your throat. It's just like this movie's kind of like you can almost like it does a good job of letting you relate to all the different points of view, and like lets you think for yourself. Like, what do you think it would be like? How would you fucking feel if like you were a black dude in a predominantly black neighborhood, and some Italian dude was like rub it in your face with, or it does the same thing like a little bit with the Italians too, and it does a good job of not like being goofy with it and not being like you said, too preachy. It's just kind of like how would you fucking feel? Like what would you do? And it's kind of like one of the best examples of like righteous indignation, like Mookie carrying that trash can, walking up to the window, and it just kicks everything off. And yeah, it's a classic, dude. And I see why it gets all the hype. It was really like all the characters are very memorable, and all the performances are great.
And it's a movie that just reveals your own biases in such a way.
Totally, dude.
With especially like the Mookie scene, where you're like, if you're like asking why is Mookie throwing the garbage can through the window, that's kind of revealing your angle.
Exactly, dude.
You are a white person.
Right, exactly. It's him feel like, you know what? I'm not going to be stuck in the middle anymore. I'm fucking pissed about this. This, you know what? This is fucking bullshit.
Right.
And I'm not going to be the dude that everyone calls the C word. Yep. And fucking, this is bullshit. So
you either get that or you don't, and you're part of the problem.
Right. It's great, man. I think it's very done for 1989, and that's the thing. It is timeless, but it's also very timely. And for it to be a lot of movies that are that old, God, are they dated? But this one, dude, it hits home in still a real, like, very relatable way, given, in the parlance of our times. So yeah, dude, that was another one where like, thanks for having this on your list, dude.
Not to mention Rosie Perez.
Oh God, dude, fucking, you get full leg shots of Rosie Perez, or like prime Rosie Perez.
Yes, sir.
Early Martin Lawrence role.
Yep.
Dude, dude, Gus Fring in an early role.
Yeah. Giancarlo Esposito. The
dude, I can't remember his name. I can't remember the actor's name, but he was in it was the Spike Lee He was in He Got Game. The dude that played the guy that was trying to mentor Shuttlesworth. The dude that was like trying to like preach to him when they're driving around in the car. He's like trying to like put him up on game. I can't remember the dude's name, but I recognized him. And yeah, like I like that Lee does that. Like he works with he has a crew of actors that he likes to work with and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was awesome.
Nice. I'm glad you liked it.
Fuck yeah. All right. So yeah, we had a couple people in here. I saw 5 people in here for a second. That's what's up, man. Y'all make sure and smash the like button. Subscribe to Aaron's channel. Check out Why We Love Horror. And Let's see where we at. All right. My number 18. Oh my God. This is where it got tough for me, because with all these comedies, I'm just howling at all of them. So it's hard to be like, am I laughing more at this one? Am I laughing more at that one? Are there more jokes? Like some of them, like there's a few more jokes, but some of them, the nostalgia and like the warm, like comfort blanket feeling is more. So it's like, I had a tough time ranking these few, but it's not that important because I think they're all hilarious. And man, this one, you want to talk about fucking like relatable and has aged pretty fucking well, considering the subject matter. We're going to go to the late 90s. Watching this movie in some ways, like some of the things are like, oh man, that's such a 90s thing, but like it's in a very good, like nostalgic way. I'm talking about 1999. I'm talking about the great Mike Judge and probably his greatest like movie, I guess, Office Space. It's my number 18.
I mean, Office Space. Like what can be said about Office Space except for it should have made my list?
It's like every character has like such memorable lines.
Yeah.
And like Michael Bolton is one of my favorite characters ever. No, there was nothing wrong with it. So I was about 12 years old, and that no talent ass clown got famous and started winning Grammys. Why don't you just like change your name to Mike or something? No way. Why should I change? He's the one who sucks. Bolton is like my spirit animal in a lot of ways.
When he's listening to rap as a black.
There was a time in my life where I thought I was black, and I had like I'm guilty as charged. Every white dude who has ever thought they were black has done that. They're blasting the music, and all of a sudden they like see like a black dude pull up in a car at the light or something, and you fucking turn the music down, and you're like, oh my god. It's dude, this movie just tickles me to fucking death, man. Snikowski, I love the Bobs grilling Snikowski and him just like losing it, man. That's one of my favorite scenes. I think everyone can relate to them smashing the fucking printer. Smashing the copier. I think anyone that's worked in an office setting or had to like punch in and out of a fucking like job or been a drone or a fucking cog or the lowest rung, you can relate to that shit. With something where you're forced to use it and the motherfucker just does not work right and you want to just destroy it. That is like, dude, I fucking love this movie.
Yeah, and talk about influential in my own life, to never end up in an office. Because I saw this at such a young age, I was like, it like imprinted on me this like feeling of like not just committing my life to an endless drone.
Dude, Lumbergh is such a good prick. Shout out to Gary Cole as one of the greatest, like, he might be one of the greatest villains ever, dude. He is such a good dickhead. Just, I don't care what you're saying. I've got my pastel colored shirt and my white cuffs and my suspenders. That's great, Peter. What's happening?
Yeah, the TPS reports. They need cover letters. It's just
wanted you to know this wasn't like a half day or anything. So.
We'll see.
First of all, you just sit there while Dr. Swanson dies. Dude, oh my God. Diedrich Bader's Lawrence is one of my favorite side characters. The lovable redneck. Hey, Peter, man, check out Channel 9. Check out this chick. Don't that chick look like an ham? I don't know.
I
just keep getting the feeling she's cheating on me. Yeah, I get that feeling too, man. The feeling looking at her, she's the type of chick to oh hell, man.
Agreed.
I'm just talking out of my ass. Dude, I fucking love this movie, man. It's a movie too where at the end of it, I just feel so good. I'm just like, man, that just like brightened my day. Like that was just what I needed, man. Just a nice, like, everything is gonna be A-okay. And it takes place in Texas, and like, I don't know, man. There's just a lot of love about this movie.
Yeah, and rewatching this week, all the points that kind of as a kid I found to make sense, I still kind of find to make sense.
Oh my God. And this is it's not a huge part of the movie, but it is just truly the genius of Mike Judge. That chain restaurant shit is so fucking accurate. It is scary. I've been a shitty waiter before or server. I have been in that field, and dude, that is so accurate. The fucking dork manager that like just cares about, the stickler manager, the fucking kiss ass like dude that wants to be the fucking manager that's like gunning for assistant manager. It's like, it's so fucking accurate, man. This Mike Judge really is. Enjoy Mike Judge while he's here, boys, because he is. They don't make too many like him anymore.
Yeah, he's a man of the people.
For sure, dude.
Yeah, great call. Definitely should have made my list somewhere, but only at 100. All right.
Hey, it's tough. Hey, anyone out there that's listening to that, try to make 100 and see, and you'll be surprised how many great movies you can't have them all. That like it's 100 is 100. That is a finite number, very finite number, and it seems like a lot, but once you start getting down to the last few, it gets brutal.
Yeah, man. So this movie, I'm staying in the 90s. I believe this is also 1998. It is Jim Carrey's kind of role in a solid drama with some comedic elements to it, and that's The Truman Show. Yeah, man, this movie is it's brilliant for one. Has one of the best endings of all time with him riding out into the walking up the set, saying his final lines, then walking into the real world. The themes that it's kind of discussing, are really, really interesting as well. I just feel like everybody's completely showing up. Number one of which is Jim Carrey. I feel like him as Truman is Truman Burbank, I believe it is, or Burbank. Yeah. Truman Burbank. It's just one of the best performances I've ever seen, honestly. He's so perfect in this role and making you forget that it's Jim Carrey almost there, as weird as that sounds. Laura Linney's great, Noah Emmerich. And it's another movie where it's just shot in such a purposeful way and like so well done. It's got like the right level of surrealism to it. I feel like too doesn't go too over the top with it. It kind of reins it in a little bit, but it also makes it so that you can kind of stay with the character throughout the movie and kind of as the discoveries are being made, like even though you kind of know what you're getting into, understand them more in a proper context before everything's fully revealed. And it's just kind of heartbreaking when like you're like learning about making up his father being dead and all this and like that's really happening to a person. And when you really think about it, it kind of gets like really scary and like Black Mirror-y almost. And like I feel like this movie, for being such a widely watched, like renowned movie, has like quite a dark edge to it when you truly think about it. I love it.
Dude, yeah. Sorry, I was just I was updating the banner there. Dude, I've always loved the Truman Show. It kind of like I'm fucking over 20 years late to it, realizing that with Punch Drunk Love and like that being kind of the role where people are like, oh, Adam Sandler can actually act a little bit. He can do more than just goofy comedies. It was kind of like this with Jim Carrey and the Truman Show, and it's a great movie, man. It is. It's a great story. And it's a truly like awesome performance from Jim Carrey because it's still like he's still got his like
Ed Harris.
He's still got his kind of like goofy animated self to it, but it shows that he can like he's got some acting chops with his like you feel it when he's like, what the fuck, like this is like you said, what's like you made up all this shit, like you're manipulating my fucking like love life and like all my emotions for TV. And like it's like
for my entire life,
dude, you genuinely feel for the dude, and you're rooting for him the whole time. And like you said, man, it is a fantastic exercise in dramatic irony, letting you know that okay, something is wrong here. You start to guess, you think you know what it is, and it just leads you further and further. Like the breadcrumbs just lead you further and further to the next reveal and the next reveal, and like. Yeah, dude, Ed Harris is great in this too, man. He as the producer or whatever, like I really like watching these like this last couple of weeks, like he's great in The Rock. Like Ed Harris is a fucking good actor, man. Like he was great in Gone Baby Gone. He really does try
Ed Harris, good Ed Harris movie.
Yeah, Walker. For sure, man.
Yeah. Check out Walker.
Walker?
Yes. Ed Harris stars in Walker. Check that shit out. You'll think
okay. Will do, man. I'm a sucker for Ed Harris.
Great.
I actually liked him. This movie isn't the best, but there's parts that I really like about it. And have you ever seen Appaloosa?
Yes.
The Western. Like I thought he was like, he tried to do a Western. It like not the best movie, but he was he definitely gave it his all, and like I don't hate it. Like I think Mortensen's, anyways. But yeah, this dude Truman Show is a great choice, and another one that's kind of like obviously things don't happen exactly like this, but it's reality TV, like foreshadowing and crazy, dude. It's
So
probably my favorite Peter Weir movie, I would say.
Yeah, it's close, but yeah, no, I would say that Australian dude. Yeah, I like him. Yeah, no, I'd say this, and yeah, this by a wide margin for me, but like I do like Dead Poets Society and Witness. So
yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah, no, Witness is great. But yeah, I'd probably have it like Truman Show, Witness, Dead Poets Society would be the order.
Yeah, probably the same. Witness
is good, man. I haven't seen that in a while. That's a good Harrison Ford flick.
Yeah, it's just a good movie,
dude. Yeah, Truman Show kicks ass, man. I love when he starts to realize that something's wrong, and he's like, "No, you are not gonna fucking gaslight me. You are not gonna dude. This movie's great."
Yeah.
What up, Chico?
What up, boy?
What up, boy? What you doing? All right. Well, we're getting stupid, and we're just gonna keep getting stupider, and it's gonna get more stupider too. So don't worry about that. Tune in next week if you want to get. We're gonna get even more ridiculous next week. But this is a classic. This is a classic stoner movie. This is probably like the stoner movie for me. It's one of the when I first started to like smoke weed regularly. It was the one that me and all my buddies watched, and it had come out like less than 5 years before I'd like started becoming a pothead, and like it's just so goofy and funny, and another one where it's just like it's not what happens at the end necessarily, but just like it's very, very rewatchable. 1998, Tamara Davis's Half Baked.
Yeah, it's a classic. I mean, it's my third favorite pot movie, probably, maybe.
Bro, as long as it's in the top 3, I mean that's real.
Yeah, like I would say it's right behind Pineapple Express and Friday is Half Baked.
I have no problem with that. I
guess
that.
Idle Hand, if you count that as well.
I respect that for sure. So yeah, this is the one where it's like you can literally like sit down with your buddies and get stoned to this movie along with them. And in fact, like me and my friends used to do that. We'll smoke whenever they smoke. Yep. Dude, just classic characters and scenes. Them all sitting around and smoking the laboratory grade weed that he gets, Thurgood gets from the scientist is one of my favorites. Like they start playing the fucking Nutcracker music. Like I feel stuck here, yo. Fucking the guy on the couch starts floating too.
Yeah, I used to have the grocery list memorized.
Nice, dude.
I remember I used to have that memorized, and yeah, just it's the guy on the couch, Billy Bong Thornton, Wesley Pipes.
Yeah, use Wesley Pipes. Yeah.
Jim Brewer never being able to shake the fake stoner.
Yeah, exactly, dude. They're like, dude, you're not really like that in real life. He's like, dude, I smoked weed like 3 times.
Yeah, he's like, I want to be on fire.
But he's so convincing. Like, you smoke?
Thurgood.
Guys, meet Mary Jane. That's what he said. Yeah, we want to burn one, B. Scarface is one of my favorite characters.
Let me get some ice cream. This man said ice cream.
That's so weird, dude. When they clown him, he thinks they're asleep. And, look at the ice cream, yo. Oh, man. Yeah.
Noah, reread the hashtag. Where does it say top 100 best movies? Where does it say that?
No, not best. Favorite Mimigo.
There's a difference.
Just my favorite. This would be an entirely different list.
Right.
But yeah, man, this is up there. It's still dude. Can we talk about great villains? We cannot talk about great villains without mentioning Samson Simpson.
Who
is this? Samson. This is Samson, Smarty Pants. What, did you get my message? Oh man, yeah, dude. I love this movie. It doesn't. You can like I've watched it well over 200 times.
Yeah,
It
it's
doesn't get
another
old.
reason I'm a pothead to this day. This and Friday.
Yeah, and I am definitely the enhancement stoner. I'm if you're talking about what kind of stoner when they go through the different types,
Me too.
I'm a combination of now like, well, I'm not a dad, but like I'm a 40-year-old.
Yeah, I get it.
Stoner.
But yeah. No, good shit. 17th best movie of all time, Wada.
No, objectively the best. It is up there.
Yeah. All right, number 16 for me. Final one for this week, and might not be the only one from this series making the list. So I have two of these movies in my top 16 movies of all time. Die Hard with a Vengeance is my pick for this week. That's the third Die Hard. Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. I love their chemistry together. The fact that like he's in the middle of Harlem wearing a sandwich board saying what it was saying.
Oh my God.
Is like takes a different level of like fear when you watch it now. When I was a kid, I didn't even understand what I was watching really with that. So
secondhand anxiety, like
yeah, man. And then kind of the journey that him and Zeus go on throughout the movie together, going against Simon, played by Jeremy fucking Irons, man. Like Jeremy Irons is so fucking great. I love Jeremy Irons, and honestly, when you realize Simon is Han Gruber's brother.
yeah,
Like that is just like for me, that's my Darth Vader, I'm your father moment. Because I grew up with the first one, watched the second one, got to see the third one when it came out. So I was like 6 years old. Like, and it has some pretty like wild like parts when the girl assassin fucking like slits the security guard's like throat. That was hard to watch as a kid for me. Other part like this is just a really, really great movie. John McTiernan knows how to make a fucking action film. Kind of how Zeus and John McClane come along as a movie, like the arc they have as like the two of them is really interesting as well. I think actually like really well done. The panic that Simon's able to put the entire city of New York in while they're all trying to have it appear everything's fine. This movie is really well done, well paced, and kind of breaks out of the Die Hard mold of being in one area or one location and making a sprawling story, but made it work. And it was rated R. Like everything was right in the world. This movie's great,
dude. Yeah, it's one of the best like third movies in a series, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of great sequels. Like everyone knows about the great sequels, right? But like, how many great third movies in a series can you think of? This has got to be up there for me. I love what you said about Jeremy Irons. He was in Appaloosa as well. But yeah, he's great as Gruber's brother, and dude, that is a awesome bombshell reveal. That like, talk about marinating that dude. That's like years in the making. You almost like forgot about it, so that like just increases the dramatic effect. Especially if, like you said, you grew up with Die Hard. So yeah, I felt the same way. I was like, holy shit.
For the baby.
Oh my God, for this. So yeah, good shit, man. Yeah, that's, oh my God, when he has the fucking shit walking through Harlem, it's like,
yeah, get that board off of you.
Yeah, man, him and Jackson are great. Dude, they do take a journey across New York. Like, it kind of gives you a feel for how fucking big New York City is. Like, they break the mold. It's, it was Nakatomi Plaza and then the airport, and now
it was a pretty good idea by Simon too. When you look back,
dude, it is a dastardly little scheme, dude.
Yeah. Almost worked.
Yeah, they're intense, man. They're intense bomb defusing scenes, and like it's a good one. Good shit.
Yeah.
All right. All right, boys, please smash the like button, and we are gonna get. I told you we were gonna get silly. We're gonna get very silly. We're gonna get very immature. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it. This is about fourth or fifth grade level maturity. But this is I think this is a pretty underrated sequel. I would never purport this to be one of the best movies of all time, but it's certainly this is almost a movie where it's like I don't want to find this movie as funny as I do. It's just so stupid and silly that I just can't help myself, man. It's shitty. Yeah.
Oh, the baby.
I know.
Yeah. I revisited this week. I know it's ridiculous. It's still ridiculous. It's funny, I guess, at points. It's not nearly. I watched both 1 and 2.
Nice.
And I massively prefer the first movie. Like
I get that. I respect that.
Not even kind of close at all. Like this movie jumped the shark bad. So when I hear what you want to say about it, because I still think it kind of.
So no, I totally understand that point of view. I can't. There's certain things that I can't reveal at this time. But I will agree with you that I think the first one is better. I do think the first one.
I get your drift.
So if you get my drift, so yes, yes, for sure. And I would never say that this one is better than the first one, but I also had the bar a lot. Even when I was younger, I was like, Ace Ventura 2, fuck that, dude. I was like, no, you don't fucking touch Ace Ventura, dude. You don't touch perfection. Right. But it kind of like wore on me as the years, and it's one that I just don't. My expectations are always in the toilet, so it's just like all I want is some stupid yucks, and that is exactly what this is. Just like this is quantity over quality for sure, where it's just like joke after joke after joke after joke, like, and it's like 1 out of like 4 or 5 is landing, but the ones that are funny are funny. There are some genuinely funny. I think one of the funniest parts for me is the cave. Him being just deathly afraid of the bats and like just being freaked out about going to the cave. There's no reason to go in there ever. Since it was a holy man, and like talking like him, how he has his medallion and he has his torch, and he like slowly starts to get more and more like desperate and unhinged. Like he's like, take that, you winged spawn of Satan. And then it's like he's down to just die, devil bird, and just like throws it. I don't know, man. I know it's stupid. It's like
it's your list.
I saw this movie when I was in for the first time when I'm like 5th or 6th grade, and it's just stuck with me ever since.
Yeah, I'm happy for you, man. I don't want to rain on the parade.
Dude, I get it. I would never try and I don't have any hot takes of, dude, this is actually better than Ace Ventura. No, I know it's stupid, but you know, I was unaware that the Wachutus were biters, so that's my excuse.
Yeah, Ace Ventura 3 I never even saw, but I'm sure it's terrible. But yeah, no, I mean, this is a beautiful number 16 movie.
Your request is not unlike your lower intestine, stinky and bloated with danger.
Yes. Lines from the movie. The rhino scene was funny.
Yeah, the rhino scene is undeniable.
Yeah, that's undeniable. That's the best scene in the movie.
When the tuft of hair, like popping out of the
Yes, that was funny.
Well, that is going to Yes. Well, if you think it couldn't get more immature, just wait and see. Aaron and I have decided to make this just like a full reveal from here on out. So I think you're gonna like one of the next ones. If you have, I'm really hoping you haven't seen it, honestly, because if you think Ace Ventura 2 was stupid, you ain't seen nothing yet. So yeah, man. But that's gonna do it for our countdown movies, the 5 for the week. Did you watch any other movies you want to tell the homies about? Anything you can recommend? Off the top of your head?
So last night I watched Pumpkinhead from like 1988 with Lance Hendrickson. Good little 80s horror movie. So I'm gonna go ahead and recommend that for
Nice.
this week. It's on like Tubi and a few other places like that, but you kind of look at it and you're like, oh, it's gonna be just kind of a stupid slasher. It's directed by Stan Winston, who did all of the special effects for Terminator and a few other notable movies, maybe Alien and something else.
Wait, did you say Stan Winston?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, he's the effects creator for like The Thing,
The
and
Thing,
Aliens,
okay.
and like, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
I've
this
definitely
is-
heard of Pumpkinhead.
So he directed it. He directed this movie and also obviously did the design for the monster. It is like somewhat a horror movie, but it's just like a good movie about kind of grief and trauma. So like I would recommend it to anybody, man. Lance Hendrickson's awesome in it also. Lance Hendrickson's awesome in everything.
He is, dude. He was
and it's
great
not-
in Terminator 1.
It's a lot smarter. This movie's a lot smarter than I was expecting it to be. I thought it was just going to be a stupid 80s slasher. And it's a lot more than that.
Hell yeah. And your last movie was Die Hard with a Vengeance. Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm trying to think. Man, I the wife and I have been. I got her on One Piece with me, and we finished the first season. It's really fucking good, man. Like if anybody, it's not gonna be. It's one of those where it's like if you like anime, like you already fucking know about One Piece and how fucking good it is. But anybody that's kind of, I would recommend it to people that are kind of like don't watch it a lot, but are like open to like trying something new. Like if you like kind of like adventure shit or like it's a great adventure story. It's got just like an endless cast of characters, but the core crew is really awesome, and it's got a lot of badass fighting stuff, and it's funny and not too like obnoxiously like weeaboo goofy. Like there's a little bit, but it's not. It's like there are some genuinely funny parts, and I've never actually laughed at any other like anime show where it's like this is supposed to be funny right here, where it's like this one genuinely cracks me up. So yeah, the first season of One Piece is incredible. But that's about all I got. No movies. I was busy with the countdown this week for sure, and all the other fucking streaming I've been doing. So
Right on.
yeah, but that is about it, I guess, man. So dude, if you got any final thoughts or anything you want to plug,
just check out Why We Love Horror. Just debuted a new episode for a movie. We actually at our AMC around here we have something called Scream Unseen, where you get to see a movie released early that's a horror movie. And we got Out of Darkness, which is like a survival horror like caveman movie that takes place like 45,000 years ago. So that's over on Why We Love Horror on the YouTube channel. We just reviewed that, so you can go check that out. Otherwise, yeah, we'll be back next week with the UFC Fight Night Hermanson versus Pfeiffer card. That's going to be a funny card to break down for sure over on my channel, Aaron the Dog MMA and Movie Trivia. So most of you are already over there, but if you're not, join us over there. Thank you for having me.
Dude, you guys heard the man, and dude, thank you for being here. This is a lot of fun, and we made it to the top 15, closing on top 10, and yeah, the movies are just gonna keep getting better and more fun for the both of us. So yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channels that Aaron told you to. If you have not, definitely subscribe to this channel if you haven't. And we'll be back next week. Like I said, top 15. And like Aaron said, every Wednesday night you can find the UFC. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's all I got. So for Aaron the Dog, I'm just my 2 cents. Thanks again, boys, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.